Hey, Cricket 36 for Axis Board Game Allied Headquarters in a Panera Bread. Had to drop off a tire at Walmart. So there we go. So we're going to do a review of the Captain's House Rule game. Let's see if I can find the actual title of it. Pretty impressive uh, computer software. The Captain's Global 1940 expansion. Now, this right here is something that my buddy that I'm playing with has told me to highlight, and this is this, I think, is a really cool timeline. And we are in the late 41, and if you hover your mouse clicker over it, you get Partisans, and I think this is going to be Guard. Um, it might even be later than that. Somewhere in here we get Conscription. Which is what we're getting right now. Tank General right there. What is this? Tankograd. That's right. In Urals, I think it is. There's you get a free tank every turn if you own. Let's see here. Yeah, if you own and control Urals, and maybe Nenencia, but maybe just Urals. So big effort on the German part to sort of control that. Anyways, this is a very complicated game, but very cool. There's a lot of cool elements. Right now, we are in. Let me just check. I don't think it's this one. Red Army Conscription. It is. So we are in early 42. Every turn is 6 months, and this is early 42. This is Red Army Conscription. This is technically the 1 million men that arrived from the Soviet Far East. They had won a battle against the Japanese, Zhukov and company, and they rushed 1 million men out when the Germans had just caught sight of the outskirts subway. I think it was the subway station of Moscow, and they were in sight of Moscow, 25 miles outside. And this million man's army shows up and turns the tide. So these are actually $2 a piece. And then you've got Guard. You've got here it is. Sorry, $2 a piece, and you can purchase. And you can also overplace. You can place 20 in both in the Moscow factory, and you can place 6 in Stalingrad. So. Anything else I want to highlight? The Americans, I think, get the escort and escort in convoy. I'd have to take a look at that. I'm not 100% sure what's the deal with that. This is Flak Tower in late 40. Waffen Pioneer, don't know about that. Defends at a 4. UK Tank General. This is a Waffen Oberst. And then Panzer General. Anyways, bunch of stuff. Tons of stuff. We got the Katushka rockets coming in right now. Let's see about that. Hover over that for a second. And they can't be on your front line, by the way. And then this is Elite Panzer. It not only attacks at 3, but it has 2 dice at 3, defends 2 dice at 3. So it moves 2. And I'd have to check it to what the escort. Okay, let's get back to the game. Like I said, lots going on. So I had to save some money from last turn. So last turn it was less going in. Now every turn I'm just going to shrink the map a little bit. Every turn I'm trying to make some sort of gain. Now obviously I'm losing at some point. So you're going to lose in the middle, particularly if you're trying to support the Caucasus. Barney has suggested going with landmines. 6 landmines here. So I'm gonna add landmines. I don't use the bells and whistles because as much because I know what I know and I know what I don't know. So he's able, for instance, with Um, let's see if I can find one right here. Oh, I thought he had one. Nope. Right here. These are Higgins boats, and they can go 2 spaces unless you have a naval base, in which case they can go 3. So you got to kind of imagine these guys can walk on water. And then the paratroopers can go 2 spaces as well over water. So, paratrooper here, he's going to be able to hit Archangel next turn. And of course, that's what he does. Um, so, so you got to be aware. They can't take capitals, so that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. The LCV is good. The landing craft's good. But so this is a real battle right here. And if he gets this, of course, he makes tons of money. So a lot going on there. And then I've tried to expand, and I grabbed Iraq, and then I've done my Carillion Knot up here. He's going to have a good counter to this, though. This army has got like 40 in it, and they're not like they're strong units. They are nothing to play with. So pretty powerful. So these guys are gonna die, and he's this landing strip right here. He's got the LCVs. He's got the transports. He's gonna be able there's almost no way to stop him resupplying between the parachutes and the LCVs. These pull up on the land, and so you can't attack them. So there's almost no way to guarantee that Norway is sort of firmly in control of the Allies, because you have the paratroopers and you have the LCVs. I mean, I guess if you dominated the Navy here, you would just have to be aware of the paratroopers. All right, let me go to what I did, showing the current game. What did I do? Oh, and I got to show you the history. So very interesting game, and I'm generally up for anything. If someone wants to play something. I went and played the War Room, and I said to myself, I don't want to be the Axis, and I don't want to play against these 2 players who have very good experience with it and recent experience with it. I haven't had recent experience with it, even though I play tested it. Just haven't played with it a lot. So anyways, I ended up, of course, being Japan, which is my weaker of the Axis power. No, I'm sorry, Germany. Japan is my weaker of the 2, but I got smoked as Germany. This guy just took me apart. He plays regularly, and when you play regularly, you get good. All right, so we bought the 26. We had $52 with 0 left over. The advertisement there. Gonna get paid for that, I'm sure. And then we played around with this forever, and I thought about doing lots of stuff. So a lot of this is going to be imagination. I'll tell you when it's real. I just had to think through it and thought about a central bowling ball. Didn't. But the armies, by the way, the armies can move 2. They can't blitz, but they can move 2. That's a big deal. Even the infantry in the army can move 2. So, like I said, I did everything. I mean, I thought through this 15 times until I was happy. Oh, let me take it back a minute. This right here, I believe, that is what is in the Army. Army Group North. I emptied it into here. That's what's in the Army. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21. I guess, okay, there wasn't 40. It's just very powerful. These are not throwing 1s. These are not throwing 3s. These are throwing additional dice besides the 3s. because they're configured into these army groups. I think they get 3 dice extra. Let's see. I'll show you in the top frame there. Army Group North, right there. Where is it? Sorry. It's over here. There it is. Nope. 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 Red Army conscription. Army Group North. Oh, I emptied them. Sorry. What a dope. Okay, let me take it down. There we go. Army Group North already has 4 infantry, 1 mech, and 1 artillery, plus this configuration here will give them 2 more dice, I believe. This configuration will give them 2 more dice, and this configuration will give them 2 or 3 more dice. I think, though, there's a limit on which armies can be active, so a little unclear about that. Anyways, let's go down to where we end up. So this is where we end up. We end up with everyone having a great chance of success. Got some guard units. They can move 2. They attack at 2. And this paratrooper, this is actually only 1 paratrooper here. They do that for the there's variations, and so they have to make it. They have to do it this way. So I moved this guy here. Now, I could have waited, and this guy moved into this area and then attacked. But I kind of wanted, I feel like these are high asset, high value pieces. And if he's gonna waste them, I'd rather have wasted those than just your simple infantry. So we'll see how that goes. Paratrooper, again, attacking these 2 forward units, skirmishing along the border. Like I said, I'm going to eventually lose this area, and that's too bad, but it was fun while it lasted, and I'm still above $30. We did supply over here. My big experiment this time actually was to put troops in a more. I wanted to see how it combined with my Magnificent 7 strategy right there. And I wanted to see how, let's make them attack a more. In this version, do not do that. In fact, I don't think it's really advisable. You need those Russian infantry in Korea. And he's got it, usually has to choose between Manchuria and Korea, and he chooses Manchuria. You go into Korea, and then you can land your planes and stuff there. So, and that's pretty important. So I've got him hopefully between the pincers. And can he really fight this battle while also fighting, of course, this battle here, as well as this battle here, as well as this battle down here, as well as this battle here. So that's called the pizza dough strategy, or maybe a wider version of divide and conquer. Wider, and I put 2 mech into Egypt, brought some tanks back, made Caucasus a fortress. This commissar is an army officer. All right, let's see what happens. In the right panel, some pretty simple stuff. Hit. There we go. Over. All right, and I win again. He gets another hit. So he's 2 for 2. And he gets another hit. 3 for 3. And he gets another hit. 4 for 4. I can never go clean away. Almost never. And there we go. 5 for 5. And 6 for 6. So he takes his some line from Dickens, Christmas Carol. He takes his part. All right, you can't take blood from a stone, Mr. Scrooge. All right, move everything there, and then I moved the anti-aircraft and the commissar out to Yenisei. Brought the fighters back and placed my 20 units into Moscow, and let's get that back. Don't need that anymore. Factory, remove the whole thing. All right, and we earned some good money which, of course, that was the panel that shows money. And I did adjust it, and I put 3 infantry into Stalingrad. $38 because of the spread of communism. So still making some healthy money. Got these guys to protect the Urals, so I can still get that. I don't know. I'm always nervous about how far he can reach. It's a little, honestly, a little. Last game I got a little PTSD from. I would be like, well, I've got my front formed, and all of a sudden he was way behind my enemy lines. I was like, I don't know. It's crazy. Okay, so got the sub up in 125 doing its thing. Viborg is a stronghold. Hopefully he, if he delays on that, I can. Yeah, that'd be nice. Trying to delay the whole. If you're not aware, the whole point is delay those high income rounds where Germany is above, a certain level. Oh, out of box, I'd say $60, but here it's very different. Just take a look. The Germans right now, don't let it scare you too much, but they're 75 now. They get extra money. Now the Americans are at 91, so okay. The British are at 51, and they can spend all 51 in the European side, but they can spend a limited amount of 20 in the UK Pacific. Anzac's at 28, so just Japan's up to 69, true, and the Russians are at 38. So, all right. So here's the skirmish lines. Like I said, this paratrooper could go right across this and drop into Bulgaria. Oh, he does have an LCV right here. So this LCV can carry a regular amount of people. Can carry like an armor and infantry. And I did move and put some units into Ukraine. 3 of them. I didn't understand that rule, but there it is. That's the final disposition of troops. Feeling great about Iraq, good about the mechs in Egypt. Feeling good about Caucasus being held because, like I said, that was insane last game. Remember, this can move 2 spaces, but not blitz. All right. So good stuff, fun. Like I said, this timeline is really important. I'll just take a peek at what's coming next. So next turn there will be Destroyer Changer. I'm not sure what that is. Red Army. Oh no, this is this turn. This one is a powerful unit. It's artillery. It can move 2, so that is like insane. I don't know if it boosts infantry, which would be really terrible. But I don't think that... max built. Your max built is 6. This is an insane vehicle. Waffen Panzer Grenadier. Attacks at a 3, defends at a 4, moves 2. Red Army conscripts and tank general, I think, for the Americans. Yep. Next round will be mass tanks. You can buy max build allowed. 3. I think they all go in the capital too, and I think it's like 3 tanks for $10 or something like that, or 3 tanks for 12. This is a Waffen Panzer General. Moves 2, attack 2 at 4, defends 2 at 5. Wow. Waffen Panzer, attack at 4, defense at 5. And the U.S. Tank Destroyer, attack 2, defends at 4. Wow. Targeted defense for combat. Tank Destroyer first strike with 3 attacks for 1 round. I've never bought one of those. I should buy one of those. Max Built allowed for free ships. Oh, the Americans and the Japanese get ships, I think. Maybe. Fortifications. Atlantic Wall. That's right. And a Banzai charge. And Fighter Ace, I think. Luftwaffe Ace, yep. So they double the attack. The attack's 2 at 3, defends 2 at 4. So, anyways, thought I'd give you guys a little taste of this game. Interesting stuff. I probably got to get to work. All right. Crack 36, Russia 4, I think it is. Yeah, Russia 4. Russia 5. All right, crack it out.